Welcome back to the Sayin Society. You have myself, Josh, Justin, and Jagat, where we're saying about society. So,
we're back with another anime and manga video.
Yeah. Anime and manga discussion, episode 42. Are you good?
Yeah.
So, we're talking about One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, and then just general anime, manga
things.
Yeah.
All right.
So, starting it
Beware
off
of
with
spoilers.
One Piece chapter 1083 or 1084? 1084. Yeah. So, it was just a lore dump, I feel like, but
In like a
There
way.
was things happening.
In a
No, there
way,
was
yeah.
There was things happening, but it was a
just
lore
like-
dump.
It was very,
The best thing about it was the lore dump,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
So, we see your boy Sabo.
Yeah, you know, he's doing his thing.
What's he doing?
What was he doing?
He's doing his thing.
What's his thing?
What's his
Uh,
name?
Just being better than Ace. Yeah.
How? In what way? I mean, yeah.
Huh?
He's just a yeah. Like,
Bro, the reason why we have the info that we have is because Sabo just dumped that.
so dump it for us. What do you
So
say?
dumb.
Huh?
Yeah, what do you say?
Bro, he's like, yo, the reverie, man. like
He's
you,
like, yo,
y'all,
Dragon, dude.
you don't even know what just went
Dragon, you have
down.
no clue what just
Yeah.
happened, dog, bro.
You know, I linked up with Jewelry Bonnie. Came out of
Yo.
nowhere. She out here looking for Kuma.
Yeah, and then?
You know, and then I mean, Bonnie decides to trust them
Yeah.
because I guess she's heard of these guys from Kuma or
Yeah.
something. And then this is how we figure out that she's going to Egghead to find more shit, I guess.
Well, she says to find Vagabond.
Yeah, to like
So
reverse it and stuff. Yeah. And then
But like Sabo saves. Like,
Sabo overhears the armed
armed
Marines
guards.
talking about the chamber.
Well,
the lost,
okay, wait. There's
the
two
secret
things.
chamber
There's
or
two things
something?
that it seems like they're talking about. One is like they're like we're short on staff
Yeah,
because of you know what.
yeah,
So we don't know what that you know what they're referring to is.
yeah.
Right. And then the second thing is like they're like, oh yeah, they probably saw it, and that it they're probably referring to
It's
is
something in the
is
chamber.
Phantom Room or the Phantom Chamber.
And that's assuming that's where Imu was looking at the newspaper from
Yeah.
when we first saw him.
Them.
Or them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't know.
in the internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So could be it too, or it could be, actually no. Sorry, I was gonna say that it could be where the throne is, but everyone
Mhm.
can see the throne.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it. Then we go to Cobra,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
And he's got a lot to say, dude.
Bro, he's in a
he's
wheelchair.
got things to say. Like
Bro.
this is
They see
wild.
me rolling. They hating.
No, clearly they be hating. They be hating.
Yeah. So he.
Because from last chapter they said nobody else can come in with him.
Yeah.
He
but,
still granted the audience with the Gorosei.
But he came in with two guys, no?
The people that were with him,
They
no,
left?
They had to leave
Oh, okay.
because only he was granted the audience.
Okay. But
And then he talks about how, you know, he's kind of just bringing up the old history that 20 kingdoms they got together.
Like, the things we
They
already
laid-
knew, but
yeah.
the thing is,
He's adding upon it because
Yeah.
he's giving that context. One, because One Piece is long as shit, and sometimes Oda has to like rehash things for people to remember.
But the thing
And
is,
then
even when we got that information about the 20 kingdoms,
Yeah.
it was like, how accurate is that?
to history.
At that, no,
Yeah.
I'm saying not this time. The first
Yeah,
time we had
that's
got
true.
that information,
That's true.
we were like, how accurate is that? Because
Yeah.
it could have just been the Marines feeding us this info.
For voice entry shit.
Yeah.
Now
So
it's
then
like confirmation.
Now the fact that Cobra was like basically saying like, in our history matches up with this too,
Yeah.
right?
Like
So
history
now we
could
know
still
that's like confirmed.
history
Yeah.
could have still been like rewritten, but he
Yeah.
talks about how that is the history that was rewritten, but that is
Yeah.
still history that was known to the main families.
Yeah.
And the main families from those 20 kingdoms that laid down their swords, they moved up to become
19.
celestial dragons
19 laid down
Well,
the swords.
in the way that he was saying it. And then he's
Yeah.
like, but they're the ancestor
Their queen.
queen
Yeah.
Lily, and
Yeah.
she never laid down her sword to
Yeah.
move up and become a celestial dragon. She wanted to go back and stay like
Yeah.
preserve their family type of thing or
Yeah,
whatever.
Mm.
And then he's like, that's what's recorded in the books and stuff, but
Mhm.
from what they have in Alabasta, none of that, like, it doesn't line up because her brother's the one who actually became the
Well,
king of the
because
throne.
when she went to the reverie, she never came back.
She never came back.
That's
Yeah.
essentially what their
That's what he's
record
saying.
was.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is wild. And then also because while he's like saying all that, they're like, they're kind of like, yo, we don't know what happened.
Yeah. He's like 800 years a long
Yeah,
time.
like,
bro.
I don't know.
100
Like,
years
it's been a long time. Like, anything could have happened.
Yeah.
Anything, bro.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Like,
And then you had
We weren't there.
then you have Imu-sama walking up to the throne.
not like that though. Hold on. before that even happens, Cobra asks about the meaning of D,
That too, yeah.
right? And then they're like, oh, we don't know or whatever, right?
We don't know. It's been a
And
long
then
time.
he basically says that there was a letter passed down
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the family, and all of them just get shook.
Yeah.
Like, no way.
Like he
Like,
he
this
knows
guy
the meaning of
knows?
D or
Like, this
something.
guy, no, but there's a letter that
Yeah.
has some sort of information
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they don't know.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
privy to.
Mhm.
So he could know something that they've been trying to keep under wraps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And at that point is when Imu pulls up, but it's broken.
It's broken up. It's
because
broken up.
You have
That's
them
fine.
going
But,
back to Shirahoshi
Yeah.
but that the stuff with
being kidnapped or
Shirahoshi,
some shit.
the
Like,
stuff with
attempted.
Shirahoshi is
Yeah.
I think that's just to show us the time frame of when it was happening.
yeah.
Because we'd already seen when Shirahoshi was getting chained up and like Charles was trying to play with her and stuff. So that's literally all that was there for. And then
Yeah.
also just
It's like multiple strings being pulled at the
Yeah.
same time.
yeah,
Right?
and then also showing kind of like how Luffy punched the Celestial Dragon
Yeah, and now
pre-time
he's-
skip. Now you have people part of his grand fleet
that are doing it.
that are
But
pulling up to
This
save
also, 'cause
Shirahoshi.
This was Reverie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So this was pre Wano,
yeah,
Mhm.
correct?
yeah.
So that means do
Par-
you
partly
partly
partly the reason why he became
a Yonko
a Yonko
is probably part of this.
it's partly could
Yeah,
have
that's
been
what I was
due to
gonna say.
this. Because remember
Yeah.
when it happened, like when he just finished Whole Cake Island, he never beat Big Mom, and they were already declaring him a Yonko,
Yeah,
like the fifth emperor of the
this
sea.
was
Yeah.
probably.
This because this was happening at the same
But
time.
what
It
was his
makes
grand
way more
fleet
sense.
doing there in the Reverie?
Well, they're king's guards, like they're part of the kingdoms. Like their kings went to the thing. Because for Dressrosa, like
yeah,
their king went, and the other Tontata people like
yeah.
be part of their squad.
Okay,
and then
and
The other guy is part of that other kingdom where
the
that guy-
boxing dude, he's also from a kingdom, right?
was he there? The boxing guy
know.
wasn't
I
there.
don't
No,
know.
I'm
But
talking
he's also
about
from
the guy with the
yeah.
spear. Because you had the guy, like, you had two people come in and, like,
yeah, I know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know what
okay,
you're talking about.
okay.
They're also from a kingdom.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, sorry.
yeah.
so it makes sense that, like, why they were there.
Mhm.
But them not giving a fuck and just
Yeah.
murking him out. Also, he didn't die because they're, like, the attempted.
Yeah, but it's One Piece, bro.
Like-
How often do people
No,
die?
that's true. That's true. But I
Well,
was
he
just
got
like,
murked, though.
kill this dude, man. I hate this
Yeah.
guy. Like, he's been
living.
He's been living, man. He should have died when Luffy punched him.
For real.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Dude.
then they save Kuma. Like, Morley. Morley
Yeah,
saves
yeah.
Kuma.
grabs him,
Yeah.
takes him out.
So he's a giant? Like, what is Morley? Morley's a
I don't
giant?
know.
I thought he was a regular-sized person. And then they show
No, he
him,
looks
he's
big. He
huge.
looks big.
Yeah, but I thought he was just like a big person, not like a
No,
giant.
he's bigger than Kuma. That's wild.
Yeah, he's
Like he hugged him like he was like a little toy.
Yeah.
You know? That's crazy. But anyways, yo, this Lily stuff.
Yeah.
The way Imu says Lily,
No. Imu doesn't say Lily.
yeah.
No. I thought Imu pulls up and Cobra says Lily.
Like he looked at Imu and sees that that's actually Lily.
Yeah.
That was
I
a
don't
theory
know.
I was like
that's what it
thinking
looked
about.
like. It looked like he was
Yeah.
like, yo, like he was like taking back like Lily.
He's like, is that Lily? Yeah, because
Yeah.
even the silhouette,
Yeah.
the silhouette of Imu kind of looks like how Lily is shown, but it's because you don't. But I think the eyes might be different, so it's hard to say. Because we saw how Imu's eyes are, and I don't know if we actually get a clear picture of Lily's.
I don't know. This bubble looks like
It looks like Emu's the
he's
one saying it. 'Cause
look at how the bubbles.
Oh yeah.
pointed
'Cause I
towards
think-
Emu.
Because I think that's
true.
no,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think it's because Emu was alive since back then,
Yeah.
and he actually knew Lily.
Yeah.
So him saying Lily he was kind of
like reminded of
Yeah.
somebody that he
like
knew.
the whole event or whatever.
Yeah,
Like what the
yeah.
situation.
no, because what if he
Just to really show that
he
he's
is
been there
Lily's
for-
brother?
That could be it.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Because
But it could be a theory, right?
like just because in the recorded history, the way you're saying that the brother became the king
Yeah.
because Lily didn't make it home.
Yeah.
You're saying he went back from being the king and then
No,
dipped.
I'm saying that
different
that's-
brother?
I'm saying all that's wrong.
Oh,
That he
Yeah.
was the one who who went to the reverie, and
I
he
think-
became and she stayed behind or some shit.
hmm.
Because I know like
Or he
I've
killed her.
been seeing a lot.
you
of
you think
theories.
even like what he read is wrong? Because why would they kill
It could
Cobra
be.
then?
Huh?
Why did they kill him? It looks like what he was spitting was facts,
Yeah,
and
that's
they
true,
and they
that's
killed him
true.
because of what he knew.
Yeah.
So then I
Is he confirmed dead though?
the way it's in the
No,
papers
not
and stuff,
yet.
and they blamed
Yeah.
it on Sabo. I feel like
Yeah.
it should be confirmed.
So I was a murderer, man.
Fucking guy.
you're
would
you're
never.
saying it's confirmed.
Ace would never.
No, but there's been so many theories and speculations.
Just this weekend.
I
Just this
think,
weekend,
probably
off
for
Lily.
sure.
Yeah.
I think we can trust that what he has is fact.
Facts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At least right now.
For the most part, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
like 80-20. Like, sure, he could have got some stuff wrong,
Yeah.
but
most of it is
most of it's
correct.
backing it up, and the fact that
Mhm.
they killed him, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And usually when Oda like lore dumps like that, it's kind of like
Factual.
take it,
Factual?
yeah,
Yeah.
take it
Yeah.
out. And this is the first thing we're getting for the Void Century.
I mean, it's
like
not,
something that's dating behind the Void Century and come like into the Void Century.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he talked about how the kingdoms were there before,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had to rewrite some stuff, and probably just so that way everyone's equal.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
who really knows how things got taken over, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought it was really cool linking into Dressrosa with Doflamingo, because you know,
Yeah.
like, I mean, you already know he's a celestial dragon, and he's like, I'm back as like a rightful king,
Yeah.
and so it just ties in together
More.
properly, and
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know that it's not
It's
just
being stringed in.
it's not just his. Okay. It's not just his kingdom though; it's
Yeah.
every kingdom. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Cause I thought like everyone thought that was just a one-off thing, and also the way it happened to him because they stripped him of his
No,
stuff.
but that happened to everyone.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, they didn't get stripped of their like his family moved,
Yeah.
and then they got stripped of their celestial dragon ship
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
shit that happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But everyone else, they actually did move, and they had to find another family to take over, which is kind of crazy. Because now you have every single kingdom we've seen. There should be like two rightful
royal-
kings and stuff. Whatever.
Because of the one that took over and the one that
Yeah.
was like away. Yeah.
Do you guys have any theories?
For Lily or
Lily / Emu.
Well, like there's the popular one that I've been seeing of how like Lily is like she never returned to Alabasta because she like created Amazon Lily,
I've seen that one.
like
as
in the
well.
namesake of Amazon Lily
but why would she go there?
to Amazon Lily.
Yeah.
Because of the
what's
information,
her motive?
like again they all banded together
Mm-hmm.
to create this sort of
Mm-hmm.
body, right? Like what if she learned something that was the reason for their
Mm.
like banding together, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and so then people were saying like, oh,
I
she's
feel like that's so on the nose.
yeah,
just
no,
'cause her name's Lily and Amazon Lily,
Amazon
yeah.
Lily, and then people were like basically relating it back to how, Shakya, what's her name?
Shaka.
Like Rayleigh's
girl.
Yeah.
She's the second,
She's the empress.
but she was like the second one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
second.
Yeah. She's the one before the granny.
The granny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then like
It'd be the one before her.
it'd be the one before.
So then it wouldn't
her.
be. You know, Amazon
No.
Lily was more newly created because of
How do you
something.
know that?
Because of something where it's like a female only island because they hate men. So it had to
How's
be
that
some
newly created?
compared to the other islands.
How?
Because then they would have had to have like some type of interaction where they deemed like, okay, the world of men is kind of like fucked, similar to like
So
some
you think they came from a world of men and escaped to that
kind of
and
yeah.
made an island
And,
like
like,
that? I don't
created their
think
own
it's
haven.
like I think they were just like
It's an island
female-
of
yeah.
they had to have a. How are they born?
How I don't know. You tell me, bro.
No.
Everyone on the island. There's only females on the island.
That's
People
what
have
I'm
been being
saying.
born on the island. It's been immaculate conception, bro.
I don't think so.
What do you mean? I don't think so.
That's
Where are
what,
the
that's what I'm
guys?
saying. That's,
Where are the guys?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is newly formed.
Where are they?
Where are
But no,
they?
but that's what I'm saying. It's
Where
like,
is she?
that's what I'm saying is newly
No,
formed.
That's illogical because it doesn't make sense with how Amazon Lily's been.
Hancock and her sisters were slaves.
Yeah, but
and,
what
like,
about everyone
strays and
else?
stuff.
Everyone
every
else?
one
You
of
think
them-
everyone else was a stray from another island?
They could be. What's wrong with that?
Possible.
That's for sure
It's
possible.
definitely
No,
possible.
it is possible, but I
Yeah.
don't think that's the case. Because I think they do mention in Amazon Lily, they're like, oh yeah, just immaculate conception.
I don't know.
Because
Sure.
none of them are aware of like what guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They're like
yeah,
pulling
yeah,
on
like,
Luffy's
yeah.
junk and
This
shit.
fucking mushroom or whatever.
Yeah, so like I mean, who's
But I mean, they could just be really young when they moved. Like it could go either way. Either like
no,
whatever,
but by that
whatever.
logic, like the granny who was the previous,
Yeah.
anyone her age is dead.
I didn't really see any old people
Yeah.
besides her.
Yeah, but that
They're all
means,
pretty
like,
young.
They're all dead, and then she went out and just found a bunch of kids.
Well,
brought
just
them to
well,
the island, and just
no,
like
but they-
raised all
well-
of them, and then decided Boa was gonna be the queen.
well, they still have their pirate group, so it's kind of like they're still going on their adventure, and they're probably finding strays, similar to how, like the fisherman pirates were, like
found
the sun
koala?
pirate. Yeah, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah,
They find strays, and then they're probably just taking them back, right?
I don't think that's the case.
That's fine. I was
Yeah.
just saying it's possible.
No, but yeah, so that was the one theory, and then the other theory, like to kind of back that up, was sort of like Imu had a picture of Vivi.
Yeah.
With like a knife through it. Yeah. And so this was like this other theory that I read, and the person was saying like Vivi is the first female heir to Alabasta, and like
since then. It wasn't a theory, but it was just showing a comparison of people from this era compared to people from that era.
That era?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it had Vivi be the parallel to Lily.
Yeah.
It had Zoro be the parallel to Ryuma. Yeah. And then you had Luffy and Nika.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember the other. It's Shirahoshi and the first mermaid princess.
Yeah.
That was able to wield Poseidon and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just. This is a parallel that we haven't, I guess, like really gone into.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the parallels are more like going back to Roger's era, but this is a parallel going back like 800 years.
Beyond Roger.
Yeah. So that'd be kind of cool because we'll see if. And then people were thinking that maybe the reason we didn't get enough of Zoro backstory or anything, or even Ryuma in terms of like what's happening in Wano.
Yeah.
Is because of this connection between Zoro and Ryuma, and we might get that later on. Mm-hmm. Which would be fine too. Like I'm good with it either way, but like as a Zoro fan,
that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You just gotta double check. Gotta double check.
There was another theory. Like this is just random theory that I read. You know what's his name? One of the Gorosei. He wields a sword and he's bald.
Yeah.
Can't remember. I don't know if they never name dropped it.
They've only named up Saturn, or didn't name up all of them.
I don't think they have.
No, there's theoretical name drops.
Yeah, it was just Saturn. That's the actual name drop. Yeah.
Was it Mars or Saturn? It was Saturn. It was
Saturn's the one that went to.
Yeah. So this other theory was claiming that this guy was Ryuma's rival from way back in the day.
Just because he has a sword.
Yeah. I'm saying like how he's like just because he has.
That's like all we know about this guy.
Yeah.
Put it that way. It just makes the theory so funny.
So it was like
because people will pull out anything in One Piece, and they're just
basically the theory.
Like you saw the Lily one.
So the theory was like, it's based off of I don't know, but the Lily one was like way more in depth. Like I didn't read it. It was basically the person was
like he had a little bit more backing up, but with this guy we know nothing about this Gorosei.
That guy was comparing world history with Cleopatra.
Okay.
And using that as a sort of a reference point as to how
then that makes a lot more sense.
And like how Oda's been drawing from history.
Yeah, of course.
So that's what he was using, but again, like it's not my theory, and I don't have it on me, so I can't be like, okay,
just bring it up,
right? So, but this one was basically Zoro. Throughout the entirety of One Piece, he's had like a relationship with a specific type of sword, and it's the Kitetsu sword.
Yeah.
Right? So like the cursed sword, he gets in Logtown, right? That's like Kitetsu, right? And then as he gets new swords, they're Kitetsus. So I think Sandai Kitetsu.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it is, but whatever the supreme grade of that Kitetsu blade is, the theory was saying that it would make sense if this guy had that version of that sword, and that's where like Zoro's been going towards, because like Zoro got Ryuma's blade, right?
Okay,
and if this guy was Ryuma's rival, he would have the Kitetsu. Like that's the one we don't know where.
But here's the thing:
it's a supreme grade sword, and we don't know where it is. And we thought we were gonna see it in Wano, but we didn't. But we saw a lower grade Kitetsu.
Okay, I know it's kind of hard to say now because we have Saturn pulling up on Egghead.
Yeah,
but as Luffy's war with these guys, with Gorosei and Imusama, like
in a way, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
But do you see them
freedom?
No, I get that, but in his adventure and stuff, do you see him actually fighting these guys, or do you think? I see. Because we talked about this when we saw how crazy the Revolutionary Army was just last week or something.
Yeah.
Because now and the God Knights, like we see them actually being a force fighting each other going into this final arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Luffy's war is more on the pirate side. Like I admit, like it does link, and usually the way Luffy does his thing, he does his fight, and freeing each kingdom leads to repercussions in the world.
Yeah.
But he's not directly fighting.
But that's what I mean.
These
like,
guys.
It's like his freedom is what's going to cause them to move against Luffy. So it's not like he's directly opposing them, but they're going to directly oppose him and his freedom.
Force his hand to
exactly. So he's going to have to fight them.
Because like we did see Saturn pull up now, so we know it's tied in pretty well. Because otherwise, if Saturn had not pulled up, then it would have been like, hey, are we even going to see Luffy ever even look at a Gorosei or anything? Because he's not going to care about that shit like in that way.
Yeah.
But if they're making moves, it's kind of like okay.
Do you think Imusama is powerful in the sense of like combat?
Yes.
See, I just always thought he was like had like
a figurehead.
He's a figurehead. Like, well, he had like future sight or something, kind of like Madame Charlie from Fisherman Island, and that whatever ability he had, maybe it's a devil fruit or something, and the Gorosei were his knights.
What do you think?
But like, then, like you said, because there were the two, the one with the staff, one with the sword.
Yeah.
So then people assume they're all like they gotta be fighters if they have a sword or something. So you would. Yeah. But then they revealed the God Knights, and now we know God Knights are like their guys. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
I don't know.
I think
that
he is
strong.
Powerful.
Because the thing is, like, why have this one person be the leader? Like, what's so special about this one person
that he can sit on the throne?
That whoever they are, can sit on the throne. Like, so I think there's a combination of a couple things, right?
Okay.
Either like it's the species that they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, like they're some sort of rare species.
That's what I'd say.
That is like allowed to sit there, that either lives long or has some sort of ability that allows them to be there, right? Yeah. And like I think it might be the same species that Kuma is, that we haven't got name dropped.
Okay. Why do you think Kuma? Just cause?
Because like then it would make sense why they were trying to
go after Kuma.
Okay. Yeah, because they're like, okay, like this is someone who's sort of like in relation.
But you could say that this is why they're doing experiments on other species.
Yeah,
because they found some type of way to, I guess, extract whatever their lineage thing is from
lineage
there.
Factor.
And it could have started from Imu.
Like they experimented on Imu first.
Well, using him as a base, or I don't know, something. They could, because how are the Gorosei still alive? Like assuming they've been alive for so long. For a while. Yeah, maybe they like.
But I mean, the most common theory that people use is the Lost Devil Fruit. Yeah, that they had that surgery done to them, and that's why.
And they just kept taking turns doing it on each one.
Yeah, and that would make perfect sense if that's why.
No, because that'd be weird.
Why?
Like if they just kept finding the devil fruit, and then
if they have so much time.
But also, devil fruits weren't as abundant before. It's because of the Great Pirate Era and stuff, where people are taking to the seas.
That we're aware of. Yeah, we became more aware of them. Like are in so they could have been controlling. But nobody was looking for information.
Nobody was looking for treasure or anything.
Yeah, nobody. So they had less competition to find devil fruits.
But also less people to actually find them. So it's like it takes forever. No, like the world's massive.
The government has the resources. That's what I'm saying. Okay. It's less competition. Mm-hmm. Whereas now they have to compete with everyone because of what Roger did. Whereas before they had a monopoly on it. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense too. But I'm just like, what are the odds that they can find this one devil fruit in this massive world for all 5 of them?
Multiple times?
Yeah, I mean, that's rough.
But here's the thing: they find it once. That person is now immortal
to go.
Yeah, and they can be the one looking for it.
But that means they also have to find 5 other people willing to take the fruit and do that immortal thing for them.
To the cause.
They can easily do that. They could just brainwash them. They can put a collar on them. There's so many different ways, especially someone who doesn't know.
A collar on them?
Yeah.
But when you have Law's fruit,
that's if you're aware of what your powers are.
True.
You know what I mean?
That's true. But you can't if I had the fruit, you can't really do anything to force me to do it once I get the fruit.
That's you.
I mean, but you get what I'm saying though? Like once you have the fruit, you can go up and just fuck off.
That's if you know how to use it, right? Like, what if they're like, that's okay, true. I just gave you first of all, again, not a lot of information on devil fruits, right? They're like, here, I'm gonna force feed you this poisonous fruit. Now, if you don't do this, I'm not gonna give you the antidote.
Yeah, they could lie about it.
Exactly. I mean, they've been lying.
I just personally,
they're liars.
Personally, though, if Oda drops
liars.
But hold on, but if Oda drops the reason these guys been alive so long is because they just found the Opi no Mi 5 times.
Yeah.
I just find that so weak, to be honest.
What's better?
Any other explanation?
This is something that we're it's not an ass.
A real it's not.
It wouldn't be an ass.
It would just be weak though.
Why would it be weak?
Because all 5 of them did the same thing. I'd rather have all 5 of them.
Use different means of immortality.
Different means or unique characteristics for why they are there and why were they chosen.
What if we go with his theory that Imusama is a different species?
Yeah.
What if Imusama just
gives them a bit
their blood, his blood or something?
That's what, and I'd rather have that actually. because we don't know what Imu is, and he's been this like a little anomaly thing.
Yeah.
And it would make perfect sense.
But if you're saying that Imu has future sight, for example, if they can see into the future and see where the devil fruit's gonna appear, then does it matter?
No,
that all 5 of them found it.
No, but it depends on how the future sight works, because just the way that he was holding those wanted posters.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's more broad in terms of the world, because they're trying to shape the world into how they want the dawn to come and stuff. Yeah. So it depends, because if you can hone in on like something like a devil fruit like that, then it's like they should have been just murking everything out from day one, and pirates shouldn't even have a chance. I mean, that's if it's at that level.
That's what it seems like, though. Like the fact that we've only been seeing Imu now is what has Imu been doing this entire time in the One Piece world? Because clearly, if they've been around since prior, because considering that they said Lilith, right?
Yeah.
That means prior to Roger's era, they were around. So what were they doing during Roger's era? Like, why didn't they make moves then with their God Knights?
Imu's not supposed. That's the whole concept of the MP throne. Nobody's supposed to see Imu.
No, I know.
The only reason we've seen it is because the story got to that point where we were supposed to see him.
Why didn't they stop Roger, or use the God Knights to stop Roger?
Because it's relevant.
Because
because if you're trying to shape the world in a certain way, you see someone disrupting the world. You're like, let me fuck this guy up.
But Roger wasn't disrupting the world.
He was.
I think it was a threat thing.
Roger didn't really disrupt and change the world until his last words.
Yeah.
It was his last words, and he was already dying. Like, what can they really do at that point?
Yeah.
And that's what during his actual journey, and then until the point where he got like crowned Pirate King, he wasn't actually disrupting the world though.
Because like when you put it in the way that you put it, where like people are drawing like parallels to like the pirates now, like Luffy as Nika, Yugi as whatever, and like Zoro as those are direct threats to Imu-sama.
Yeah,
but like Roger didn't
exactly. I agree with that.
He had it a little bit because like some people were like, yo, he might be like
this
sort
potential
of Nika type of character.
Yeah.
But like Luffy is directly.
So basically, what you're saying.
I agree with that.
And you guys are not gonna like this reference that I'm making. Is you have like Hashirama, Madara, right? It's like the whole like Indra, Ashura, Hashirama, Madara, Naruto, Sasuke.
They're
in a way is what you guys are saying, right? Like as in like Nika was Indra, and like
yes and no though.
Yeah, it's
because they're not
similar.
Because they're not they're not reincarnations.
I know, but
besides Luffy having the Nika fruit, the other people are just
it's a level
their wills. Like of those characters and like who they are so similar to that character from the past.
Yeah. So like Roger,
in that way.
in that sense,
is like almost directly Nika.
Yeah, he's because of the fruit.
The fruit, and then like when we hear what's that elephant's
Drums
name?
of Liberation.
Yeah, he literally says like Nika is or whatever.
Yeah, but it's the Nika fruit, right?
Yeah.
So that's why.
But the other thing is I was gonna say is that basically Roger would be Obito then.
Like a failed one
in that sense.
Well, because
right? He didn't like.
Here's the thing: Roger says they're too early.
No, yeah, right.
You know,
the amount of people that are gonna hate us, it's gonna be
because of this Naruto reference that I'm making.
Yeah. It's all about how it's done, right?
No, of course, it's how it's done.
Yeah, because that there's an issue there, but the issue with the Naruto one is how it was done.
But the issue is just directly comparing it to Naruto. Because when people hear Naruto,
they just
Well, some people might like it. Some people might be like, "Oh, that's awesome."
One Piece fans, no.
One Piece
fans will get triggered.
Yeah. About to trigger all you guys.
All the dislike to like.
Yeah.
It's just all dislikes.
It's all good though.
I'm gonna dislike it myself.
But Lily being Imu-sama, that would be a really cool thing too. Cause like why?
But how does she end up like that?
Well, we didn't like. How did she end up becoming Imu-sama?
Yeah.
Because she probably had actual plans. Like the way everyone else laid down their sword, she was actually like forward thinking, and she didn't want to just become a celestial dragon. Because what's the point of that?
So the other like.
Because like what's really bringing her back to stay home? She had like a cause or something for her to say, no, I'm not gonna put my sword down and become a celestial dragon. I'd rather do this, and maybe there's something happened there.
But there was the poneglyph in Alabasta that pointed to it pointed to Poseidon. No, it said Poseidon was in the sea.
They're talking about the one that Robin read.
Yeah, right.
Like
that's
where crocodile. Like
yeah.
I think that was supposed to be Uranus or something.
No, because that one pointed to.
Because he was looking for Uranus, I believe.
Are you sure? Or Pluton?
Yeah, one of like no, it wasn't Poseidon that he was looking for.
Because I swear, then there was the one in Fisherman Island that pointed to the one pointed to Wano. Like it was like each of these different countries were pointing to another country, showing them with the. I could be wrong.
I don't remember well enough either for the Alabasta one, but I think it was because literally she lies to Crocodile. And she's like, "There's nothing written about an ancient weapon here or anything." Yeah, and he like beats the fuck out of her.
And that like that's another thing is like Crocodile's ambitions were pretty. Up. His what is it called? Ambitions were pretty up there. Like the fact that he wanted an ancient weapon like that early on. Yeah. Yeah. So he might be still after it.
Even now, stopped by Luffy and some water.
Yeah. This is
so. It's actually like the worst piece of writing in One Piece. I think. Yeah, it kind of sucks. But it's that goofiness to it where you kind of have to like allow it.
No, you don't. It's just so much plot armor. You're like, what the hell is this? But he uses his own blood.
I know.
Yeah. I know. Like, come on.
No, I know the issue, but I'm just saying like, Oda tries to keep it within that comedic gag type of anime because he notices when it's getting too serious, and he always like he finds a way to pull it back and have those goofy moments.
So what I was gonna say about Imu, in the room where they're like reading the newspapers, there's like butterflies, like a grass or whatever,
flowers and shit.
There's a single sword there.
Oh yeah.
So that's why people are saying that Imu is Lily, because that would be the 20th sword, like in that room, right? Yeah. And also like, why is it a phantom room? Like that means it's a room that exists.
That depends on the translation, because it.
So like, how does that? What's up?
The translation I read, it didn't say phantom room.
What did it say?
Like, it said lost chamber or like.
Or like secret room or something.
Like more like it's a secret room, not like. Because that's what they mean by phantom room. Like it's a room that's there, but like nobody actually knows. No, because
there was the other room that Imu was in, like opened up, and it was the giant straw hat.
That looked more like a vault or something that he walked into or something.
Almost. Was it a prison?
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Like, so are we assuming that, like, so Joy Boy was
a giant?
A giant.
In terms of how built up, I guess Joy Boy or like Nika or whatever this is, if he was a giant with this fruit, that's unreal.
Wild.
That is unreal.
Stretching armor around
what he could do with that fruit, like that's
that's
crazy.
What I mean. Like he could just reshape the world.
No, that's what, so like it makes sense if he really was a giant and he had that fruit.
So people are like,
and like Luffy's just at a lower scale.
That this giant, his name is Binks.
Binks.
Yeah.
And everyone's just sipping on his sake. Or what?
Yeah, like the song, like Binkasake, is actually the tale of Binks, this large, like giant.
Yeah.
Who was actually Joy Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this
song tells a story, right? So
it tells an adventure.
It's within the song. It's like something like that. Yeah.
You have to look at it. Yeah. We definitely have to look at it. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think they killed Lily though, to be honest. I think they tried to, and she might be in hiding.
I feel like they would have tried to kill her too.
Because like the Revolutionary Army, I know it like started with a dragon and stuff, but I don't know. It feels like she must have left some type of information somewhere for someone
that made Dragon revolt, right? Because he was a Marine, correct? Or no? That's not confirmed.
That's not confirmed.
Okay, but like, why is he so against the world government when his dad is the world government guy?
Yeah. And his motives make sense though when they showed up at Ohara and everything when they first started as like freedom fighters.
Yeah.
So, in the way that they had explained it in that flashback, it seems like Dragon didn't have a full grasp of what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And they were just literally just freedom fighting.
Yeah.
But then as they got more into it, they figured out more shit, and then they're like, okay, we need to set this up right. Yeah. So then, the last chapter they had them free like 12 nations or whatever.
Yeah.
And then and then you had them, get rid of their food reserves and like they're doing all of it at once to get them ready to.
The thing is, they could have done so much more.
They could have, but it's like piecing together.
No, in like the reverie, the fact they had Karusu there with his Sutsu fruit, he could literally just contaminate all their drinking water.
But here's the thing: but Dragon knows about the God Knights.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they can't just go in there, fuck more shit up, like just so bluntly.
Yeah.
Because then you just have the God Knights come at them. Now they like provoke the God Knights. Now they're waiting for the God Knights to actually move so they can.
So you think this was a
counter.
Move by like Dragon to get the God Knights to leave?
They wanted them
the reverie.
They wanted them to be active and like actually send them out.
Yeah, like leave the reverie.
So have you guys seen like the Twitter like discussion on like why Dragon made Sabo do this whole important thing?
No.
And not himself?
Yeah.
Why?
No.
I honestly didn't read it. I was hoping
that
read
it.
Damn.
Because it was like one of those curious things where I was like, damn.
Oh, yeah, why did he say Sabo?
Why did he
well,
say Sabo? It was so important.
Well, Sabo's like his chief in command, so he's kind of the guy that goes out in the field and does this shit.
But like, why?
Well, Dragon doesn't like.
Why isn't Ivankov or something?
Well, Ivankov was trapped in Impel Down for a while.
Not in Reverie.
I know that, but just for a while. So the whole time he was gone,
like, something
Sabo
so
was the one
like
in
that,
command.
You want?
Yeah, but it's been 2 years.
But there's a reason why he's the chief in command, right? Because he's gonna be the one. First of all, he got brought up in the Revolutionary Army.
Yeah.
So he's been about it day one. This guy is, I admit, like obviously Ivankov was there longer than him.
Yeah.
But he also has his own kingdom to worry about.
No, but like, why wouldn't Dragon? Why didn't Dragon do it himself? That's
like,
you're sidestepping the question.
So with Dragon, because he's the mastermind behind it all.
Yeah. Sure.
So he's the one planning it all. If he's going to like, he has a bunch of things happening in different countries.
Yeah.
He's staying there and like they're relaying information back to him. If he went out to the field to go do one thing, he can't be there communicating with everyone else. So it makes complete sense.
But you could make somebody else do that. Like Ivankov could have been the one to communicate with them.
But it's like, does Ivankov have that
ability to communicate?
Like tactical ability?
Yeah, he's a vice commander. Or
like
vice
but the same. But Dragon's the one who brought this from the ground up.
Yeah, but just because he's not there doesn't mean it like discredits him.
But I'm saying he's like we saw him in when Dressrosa happened. We saw him back at I forgot the place.
Their base.
Their base. Yeah. He was back there, and you saw him like in the room with like maps and shit.
Yeah.
So you can tell that he was planning stuff already.
Okay.
Right. So I feel like he can't just be in the field and also be planning shit at the same time.
You plan it and then go into the field. But like, it's not you have to be like...
There's multiple things happening. If he goes into the field, he's committed to whatever's happening in the field. Now he's focused on the food reserve, but wouldn't Kuma and like whatever.
No, but then because he's such a... assuming Dragon is strong.
Yeah.
That means less people would have had to gone to the Reverie.
Sure.
Smaller squad, more like precise in and out type thing. And then those other people could have been delegated to other kingdoms and doing other things.
How many people did he really send though? He sent Morley, Karasu, and Sabo.
No, he didn't. And then he sent the Badger dude. I don't know his name. He has like a cybernetic arm or some shit. He's also captain.
You don't like the vice ones though, right?
Yeah. He sent like all these people.
But you could also think about it, like look at their tactical ability, like their abilities, and how he's using them, and that's why they had to go. They had to send Morley because that's how they were hiding.
Okay, but again, with Sabo, he's like he's the Flame Emperor. He's been fueling.
He's their figurehead now.
That's what I mean.
He's their real figurehead, like on newspaper to people.
This was prior to him becoming the Flame Emperor, right?
Yeah.
Never mind. What I was gonna say is invalid then.
Well, I mean, to me, it's just like you're sending them into this area where like it could be potentially, like, of course, extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
And you're sending them in just this crew. Like, what if the God Knights pulled up?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? What if like, there was more admirals stationed
yeah.
But you could think of it as a covert thing, too, where their abilities, like the people that he had sent, are people that can get in, get out as well.
Right, but there's a contingency, bro. Like, the contingency should have been, what happens if things go out of hand? Are these people capable of handling this? Because they were not. They were not capable of handling both Fujitora and Green Bull.
Yeah, but that's when shit went astray, right? Like they didn't mean to even find Kuma like that.
But that's what I'm trying to say though. Is like if
astray?
If Dragon
astray. Fuck me. I'm a dipper.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is if Dragon was to go himself, especially on this front.
But do you think he can just fight the God Knights 1v1? And like, you could say that's a error in his judgment if he had gone.
If he's aware of the God Knights.
Let's say they kill Dragon, now what?
Sure, but let's just say if he's aware of the God Knights, why would he send like Sabo, like somebody?
So that's what I'm saying. It's about their abilities, because they sent these guys in to declare war.
But now let's say Sabo
do all this. They didn't.
No, but like.
But it's also like having faith in your
same scenario.
But it's also having faith in your commanders that you had sent. Right, he's going in like
what I'm trying to say is the percentage of
like it's a higher risk sending these guys instead of sending Dragon.
Yeah.
But you could also say it's a higher risk sending him in, not knowing what's actually happening in Reverie, because you had the admirals there. And if the God Knights were deployed right then and there, would they have been able to get out?
Why is it more risky of sending Dragon?
Because this plan because you had Dragon tied in with Vegapunk, right?
Yeah.
So if you had someone like Dragon die, what's gonna happen to their whole cause? Like, how are they gonna be able to pick up the pieces that are left?
What do you mean, Sabo? He's been raised since, like you said, day one in the cause. He has, but you don't think he could take over? 100% he could have taken over.
But there's definitely things that Dragon either has knowledge of that Sabo doesn't. Just because he was like the Ohara incident and things that like Sabo just might not have been able to, like he couldn't actually like tell Sabo about these things.
So it's like it's more of a value of knowledge.
Yeah.
He didn't go because it's too risky for him to die.
Well, yeah. And also just the mission, because like even if he had gone, they're just trying to get in, get out, like do the.
But then that makes it seem as though like he was just trying to, like he was sending these people because they're more expendable.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it's.
But Dragon's also kind of, we haven't seen him be loving at all, really, and he doesn't give a shit about Luffy in that way. Like he showed up in Logtown, but like he doesn't.
If he showed up in Logtown, that means he does give a shit.
But I'm saying, but I'm saying like. In all the other moments where Luffy's been near death and shit, he's not there. He's not there. He's not, and he doesn't actually know that Luffy's gonna survive. He's committed to his cause, right?
Yeah, but those are like areas. So those are times where he didn't know. Like he's not keeping tabs on Luffy.
But
like that.
yeah, but I think the Logtown thing was he just happened to be there because he was doing.
I think it was like because
he was doing his own thing there.
I think it was like seeing Luffy off.
No,
like,
he literally Garp says, okay. "Oh, I heard your old man saw you off."
Yeah, but he didn't. But it's
what?
I'm saying the way. hold on. I'm saying the way that Dragon showed up to Logtown. Yeah. He could have just had business there, or like he just knew Luffy was gonna be there.
He showed up to see his son off.
Maybe
that's literally what it was.
He just knew he was gonna be there.
This is like he's gonna come through Logtown. Let me see him off and make sure he actually sets off on his journey.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And then after that, anything that happens, it's on Luffy.
It's on, yeah.
Yeah, because he decided the pirate life.
But again, like he's not really there for him at all. He wasn't there for Luffy growing up at all. Luffy was raised by Garp.
Yeah.
So Dragon's, he did that one thing to see him off because it's still his son. Sure.
Yeah, and then you're like,
but that's not really.
But then
he's not. You're not gonna be like his top 10 father.
No one's arguing that. No one.
You know
what
I'm saying?
That. But he saw him off.
Yeah.
Then 2 months later is the time skip. No, because the entire span of the first,
you could say that. Yeah, like the pacing is fucked. Yeah,
it's literally like 2-3 months.
But the whole time, Luffy was a kid. Dragon never saw him. Like Luffy doesn't even remember what his dad looks like.
No, he doesn't even know he had a dad.
That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That means he's never actually met his dad.
He did at Logtown.
No. But that's like you can tell that Dragon's literally 100% committed to this, and he's focused like fully on that. And yeah, he got the chance to go see him then.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
So
you think it was a gamble? Like you think Dragon?
But it still goes into like him just thinking everybody around him is expendable.
Yeah.
Except him.
Yeah. Sure. So then he basically gambled.
But he was like, because we don't know enough about Dragon's character except for that he wants to take down this government, right?
Yeah.
We don't know he doesn't have that actual personality to, what his beliefs are other than that.
I mean, we assume that he's, because the liberation and everything they're doing.
Yeah, like he's a good guy.
A good person.
Yeah, but also being a figurehead of the Revolutionary Army, you need to know that there's gonna be lives lost, and that's something even that Luffy understood back in Alabasta when he like was yelling at Vivi and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't just have a war and think that nobody's gonna die.
Yeah.
So he's been in it for however long he's been in there, like at least 40 years.
But let's just say
for when he met Vegapunk and he's been doing it. He's in that shit, right?
Strategically saying, if I go to Reverie, I can 100% make sure that this mission goes successfully.
But what if it's already 100% with those people that went?
But he doesn't know that because of free will.
But I know, but like you're saying it's 100% because he's there, but it could have already been. He's the tactical dude. It could have been 100% already with who he sent.
But that's
because it's 100%
they completed because
all
he
their
knows
shit.
Himself and his own will and everything that he can do and he's capable of. But everybody else,
I feel like he has
they're free people. They're not just like pawns that he can pick up and place.
But he's been doing it for 30-40 years. These are his commanders. It's like how your commanders well enough.
It's the same thing. Attachment that he's developed with them. And then going back to the whole expendable thing, you can't have both, right? It's not you don't have like.
What? You can't be like, I'm attached to you. I don't want you to die, so I'm not gonna send you on this mission, because that mission needs to happen. It needs to get done. He's still gonna send you out and get it done.
Do it yourself.
No, but that's what I'm saying is he's still like, there's an attachment, like he like knows these guys, but he's not attached in the way that it's gonna prevent him from doing his job, like what he wants to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I got what you're saying.
'Cause what I'm saying is like the Revolutionary Army, like they have to. The stakes are so high that they have to be willing to do these things, and they have to get done no matter what.
Like, yo, they gotta die for their cause.
Yeah.
That's their mentality.
Basically,
just die for the cause.
And like yeah,
every scenario, just die for the cause.
I'm saying like as much as they have built these relationships and stuff, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
They still gotta do that because that's like changing the world type of shit that they're doing, right? And he can't just be like, yo, Sabo, you're kind of like a son to me. I can't like, make you go here because I don't want you dying. Like it's safer if I go.
That's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like
no,
he solos it. I'm saying like he could go with Sabo. Like it could be him, Sabo, and like
yeah. But then that goes back to my thing though, like because again, like, this is all this shit's been happening at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like who's there to
Ivankov.
But like, we don't know that Ivankov can even do things like that.
But couldn't like they, as a tactical person, transfer like information to Dragon?
Literally Den mushies.
But bro. if you're at the Reverie, right. You're fighting these admirals and god knights.
Bro, Sabo was having a full blown conversation with
jewelry.
That's when they're because they're covert, like they're doing their thing.
Dragon can't do that for a moment.
Probably could, but like again, we don't know anything. We don't know enough about what's happening in the army. To really say like could Dragon even go and do that? Like are his hands tied there? We don't know that, and that's like the point I'm trying to make is like is Dragon even in a position to go there?
I think he was.
I
don't think there was like enough things stopping him.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I personally I don't know if he'd be able to go there like that.
Yeah.
Like he does say sorry I wasn't able to go and like come with you guys for Kuma. He does say that.
Yeah.
So it feels like there was something he had that. Yeah.
And if they show us like a flashback of like or
later on,
like him doing something at the same time, then that would make sense.
But like then the question is what's so important, right?
Yeah.
Like what else in this world is so important that like
ancient
beyond
weapon?
Perhaps. Yeah. But like it has to tie into the Void Century.
Ancient weapon, no?
Yeah.
Well, you could say the stuff that Sabo had learned with Imu-sama and stuff maybe they didn't even know about that. Like they actually didn't have like that was an extra thing that Sabo had found out.
Yeah.
And because their goals were shoot the flag, fuck the reserves, and then I guess bring Kuma back.
Yeah.
And then that anything above that was just shit that they had realized while being there.
Yeah.
So you could say that from his perspective, he didn't actually know the depth of what was really happening at the Reverie.
In the world and stuff.
So then those are the 3 goals. That squad that he sent was enough for those 3 goals.
Yeah.
Right? Because the food reserves, they had morally took the food reserves, put it in his like little cave thing. Plus it's a hideout.
Yeah.
They can take those food reserves for all those nations and shit that they just freed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes perfect sense. And then they declared war like just bluntly in front of everyone. So that they have to like have action upon that. Because you can't just declare war and then they sit there and do nothing.
Because they wanted the Reverie to like the Celestial Dragons to leave that area, right?
Both. Well, it's doing 2 things, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not just wasting the food.
I know.
Yeah.
But it was to like cut off their supply.
Yeah. Cut off their supply. Emergency situation, right?
Oh,
like an emergency situation.
Yeah. Put them in a position where they would have to act a certain way.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, you could have done. I feel like you could have done that with Karusu poisoning the food. Hey, that would have killed
people, like innocent people.
He alone could have. Celestial dragons can all die.
No, there's that one that's actually proper. The one that they saved from Fishman Island from way back.
Mogard, whatever.
Yeah, that guy's proper.
Mojar.
Like there's celestial dragons out there that aren't just fucked up like Charles and shit. You know.
Kill them all.
Yeah, they're not gonna be out here like they're literally like freeing people. You think they're gonna just aimlessly just kill like random people?
Celestial dragons, yeah.
It could be anyone though. It could even be the guards from the kingdoms that went there if they poison the food.
They're eating the food.
Yeah.
They're probably a different.
You don't know who's gonna eat the food.
They're all eating that food. It's food for
you
the
don't
celestial
know.
dragons.
Yeah, they're probably eating a different set of
it
food.
Wasn't just for. They didn't say it's just for celestial dragons. It was their food reserves.
Are you sure?
Because food reserves are like, in case world goes to shit.
No,
they have
they have food basically brought to them from somewhere else that sits there so that they always have like whatever food they want all the time. It was on some like if you had Skip, like, yo, I want this food. Okay, here you go. It's fresh right away. Oh, I want this food. Here you go.
But they didn't say it was for the celestial dragons. They just said it was the reserves. And when you think about food reserves, it's more so
like rations.
Yeah,
that's what you think, but I don't think it was that. I don't think that was the case.
But wouldn't the food reserves anyways be for the celestial dragons?
Yeah.
Like if you just think about it, because they're the priority.
It'd be
right?
anyone on that Mary Joyce.
No, but they
like
would
anyone
be the
there.
They would be the priority.
They would be priority. They would be priority.
Exactly.
But it's like, it's not like they can't just get food from wherever they want. They literally have like an admiral at their beck and call as well. Like,
so you think they're gonna call like Kizaru would be like, "Yo, grab me some McDonald's, bro"?
What I'm saying is like, having the food reserves is not that important in the way that, from the way you guys are, the scale that you're saying it, because it seems like if that was one of their goals, it should have a bigger impact.
You know what? But
rather than just affecting the celestial dragons.
No, because what it does, and that's what I was getting at, is what it does is, because it hinders their like food capabilities. That means it's gonna put them in a scenario where they have to like dip or send people to get more food, which then weakens. What do you mean same thing?
It's like a security risk.
So what I'm saying, and that's probably why they're low on guards. Remember, they're saying in this chapter they're low on guards.
Yeah,
because of something.
You think that immediately the rations got taken, and instantly they're like, let's go grab some more food.
Maybe.
No, they're getting attacked. They're obviously
okay. So then let's talk about like why they didn't have enough guards, because we didn't even actually get into that.
No.
Like, what do you think about that then?
Then why they don't have enough guards?
Yeah, because I think that's a nice way to link it into that. Like what you just said. Because obviously, like the Celestials, they're fucking lazy as shit. They're not gonna leave just to do that.
Well,
they're gonna send people to go grab food for them.
If the Revolutionary Army was moving in multiple fronts, wouldn't it make sense to send guards or Marines everywhere?
But they didn't know
they're not the same guards. The guards for the guards for the Holy Land aren't the same for just like regular Marines.
No. So they're running. I mean, we don't know, but like they were running low on guards in like Mary Joyce, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know where they went or what was happening and like why.
But it seems like that's a issue like outside of what the Revolutionary Army just did.
But it could have
in
been
the way that it was said.
Yeah, you said, but it could have been because of what the Revolutionary Army did that they're running low on guards near the throne room.
Because if you're saying like the food reserves have such a big impact on the Celestial Dragons, then it makes sense for them to be like, we need this food right away. Go grab more. But
it's not gonna like.
But like, why wouldn't they act on whoever took the reserves?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they wouldn't. Right away be like, yo, let me just go grab food. They would attack whoever, like defend first.
Yeah.
Then safety first, then food.
Exactly.
You know.
But then also, when they took the food reserves, did they even know that these guys took it? Because they're so covert with that shit. It wasn't until like Sabo blew up with Kuma, and like actually showed that they're there, right? Because that was him flying off the handle. Like they kind of fucked it with that, and that's why they pinned the murder on him, right?
Where Sabo was.
Yeah, like because Sabo went off the handle.
Yeah.
They were able to in the newspapers to be like, this guy killed Cobra.
When does he go off the handle?
When he gets when he sees Kuma, he's like hot-headed and shit. He's like trying to go save him, and then they're like, "Go chill, we have a mission to do."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So then, it could have been because of that. That's how they were able to actually get away with assassinating Cobra. Because otherwise, they would have been like, "What the fuck happened there?" Nobody like, you know what I mean?
No, they could still assassinate Cobra.
It would have been harder to spin though in the newspaper.
No, because where's Lilith? Same thing could happen to her. Or Lily,
that's true. Lily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have been.
Yeah. But then like meeting the same fate as the previous ruler.
But it would have been had they had that for their alibi or whatever, then it would have like spiked more curiosity from the Revolutionary Army or whoever.
Yeah, but
in that way.
Imagine now, right? Like Cobra died.
Like, cause now you're gonna have Luffy see the newspaper too.
No, but like imagine Cobra dies, right? 100 years from now, no one's gonna know how Cobra died.
Yeah,
that's true. No, that's true.
Right? They're just gonna know.
But this is more about this is about the story that's happening now.
I know. But like,
having Sabo kill Cobra, that Luffy has ties to both with, he's gonna see this newspaper. He's got to act on this.
Yeah, like which one?
I don't think he needs to act.
You don't think he's going to?
No.
He saw the newspaper with Ace and he acted on it instantly.
Yeah,
he just found out his brother came back from the dead in Dressrosa.
Yeah,
he's gonna read this newspaper and just be like,
killed Cobra.
And he's not gonna be like, yo, what the fuck's happening?
No. Well, you think he's gonna pull up and be like, yo, Sabo, tell me why you killed Cobra?
No, but
he's not gonna do any of that.
I feel like it'd be like more trusting. Like I trust Sabo.
Yeah,
probably
he would trust him, but it might be like, it could also be like if Robin's there and she's spent time with the Revolutionary Army, it could be a situation where they're like, okay, something's wrong here. Maybe we need to go help or something.
Well,
I don't know. I don't like that at all.
I feel like
because that's such a deviation from like Luffy's journey and his story.
That's true.
That it has like this is.
But also,
Luffy's
but
journey.
Marineford was a big deviation.
No. But here's the thing: Luffy's journey is his journey, and everything else sort of like interconnects.
Comes in and out of
his journey. Yeah. So if anything, what
but
happened
Impel Down and Marineford and all that was outside of his journey.
Yeah.
Like that.
Kind of, because he was still trying to get back to his crew, trying to get. But
then he paused together. That to go save Ace.
Yeah,
that was no longer like
right. But he's not
journey.
saving Sabo.
Yeah,
it's
just that's true.
He just saw a newspaper and he's like, all right, that's what happened.
That is true.
So like I feel like in that case he'd just like be like, both Robin and Luffy would be like, yo, we know Sabo and we trust him.
That's exactly.
Right. There's something else going on here. And Sabo
and then just continue on with their thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's fine too.
That makes perfect sense. Like, otherwise, that's like some weird shit.
Yeah, it'll just be like, I hope he's okay. It'll be like that.
Yeah.
Like, what's
that? Like the way you're saying it makes it more of a Sabo-driven story, which I know you want. But, like, that's not
I'm saying it's because having him in the newspaper, there's got to be like some type of advantage coming out of it. Like besides just just like the actual alibi of just having him die.
It'd be to keep like it would be also to keep like Luffy and everybody like
the thing is we know
aware of what's happening. Right?
We know how important the newspapers are in One Piece.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, how is that gonna affect Luffy's?
Sabo killed Cobra, one of the original royal bloodlines that refused to go to what's it called, Mary Jo's, right?
Okay.
Essentially, he killed a celestial dragon.
Okay.
Essentially, right? It's just because he refused to go there. He had he gone, he would have been a celestial dragon, right? Cobra.
Okay. Yeah.
So essentially, killed a celestial dragon. So then now this is like them putting fear into other celestial dragons. Like, yo, we're not untouchable. Like,
no,
this guy got touched.
No, because he never moved up. He's always gonna be below them.
Yeah.
He's always they're not gonna think of him as celestial dragon.
Yeah,
like,
you pulled the hamstring on that.
What do you mean?
You already seen Charles getting like murked out.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't think that's it.
No, but it's like it's like a ruler of a kingdom can get killed, right? Okay,
but
it's protection, right? So the reason why these kingdoms support the world government is because they expect some sort of protection from the world government.
Yeah.
The fact that Cobra got killed means now these other governments are questioning the world government's ability to protect them. That's what it does.
These other kingdoms.
Are so it like across the board.
But that's not helping.
Destabilizes everything.
That's not helping the government though.
I know.
But
they're not the ones publishing it, bro. It's Morgan. What are you doing?
No. Cause I thought Morgan was in line with them though.
Not really.
Cause like I know he's doing his own thing and he's like, he spins shit his own way.
Yeah.
But like I thought it was more so to help with the world government.
No.
With him, it's to make more chaos and stuff. But like when he made Luffy Yonko, it basically put a target on his back.
Yeah, but it's literally
even because he wasn't at the step to be a Yonko. Sorry, I know I cut you off.
It's all good.
But like, do you get what I'm saying though?
Bro, literally Morgan says so many times it's for entertainment. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. But he's not aligned with anyone. Like you should be fully aware of that. No, he doesn't align with anyone. He publishes shit regardless of what people want.
But in the way that he's publishing it, it's more like it's affecting what's happening with Luffy and like what he publishes
but it's also,
is like
it's also what's affecting the world government too.
But in a good way for them.
No, it's not, because they didn't want the Nika fruit to be shown like that, and he clearly exposed it like that.
Okay. Because I was thinking back to like Eni's lobby and stuff.
Yeah, what about Eni's lobby?
Just like when he declared the war and stuff, like on them, and then just thinking about the newspapers and when they were looking at like in Water 7. Because
don't CP0 agents come after Morgan and he runs away? I swear that happens.
In
he was on
like
the run
Wano?
with Vivi or something.
Like in Wano? No, he's with Vivi right now.
Yeah.
But during Reverie or during Wano, some agents were coming after him.
They're kind of like, yo,
and he's like, bro, you think you could take me?
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Bro, were you reading Two Piece?
No, just not.
That's not. Oh yeah, bro.
It's not Two Piece. I just didn't remember that. Okay.
Anyways, so we're gonna switch gears
generals
and just talk about.
Do you have any thoughts on Hell's Paradise?
Yeah, bro. This latest episode was so nice. Like, Tenza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really liked his character, man.
Okay, I want to make sure like like hear somebody else who's just watching that
anime. I would have
feels about the character.
I would have liked if they spent more time with him. Yeah. Right, but it was only one episode.
Yeah.
And everything we got with him with like his past of how he was, how he's treated, and how his master taught him and shit.
Yeah.
And then like now, what I really like is the predicament or the situation that his master's in now.
Yeah.
Like because of the events of this episode.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Like the way the shit's gonna go, especially if it's because I'm hoping his master.
This is episode 7.
Is more of a relevant character. Episode 8.
Episode 8.
Yeah.
Fuck, I gotta catch up.
Mr. Slacker.
Yeah, I gotta catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Because, like, when I first read it, I was like, you felt for the character, right?
Yeah. Because the thing is, you actually, I mean, you met him the other episode, right?
Yeah.
So this is not, like, your only time with him. You meet him the other episode, you kind of get an insight into what his character is then. But then now you get his backstory and everything, and you're like, oh, shit, this guy's dope.
Yeah. And, like, the master and stuff.
Yeah, the master's lit.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you watch the Demon Slayer episode?
Of course, you gotta be caught up on Piece.
So what happened in that Demon Slayer episode?
You know, they did some things.
Right,
so
man.
They ran around, swung some swords, did some extra flair.
There's a lot of people that have been actually not even just this episode. I've been seeing it for like 2 or 3 episodes.
But now. it was mainly this episode that kind of what's the term? Broke the camel's back.
That one.
It was this, right? That's the saying.
Continue.
You know, you put too much weight.
I got it. Yeah. But like, continue. Like, what do you mean?
Like, so the animation has been for the last couple episodes. I haven't been seeing it slip that much. I thought it was like perfectly fine.
Yeah, I thought it was.
But it was up until like this episode, because they're showing the 4th upper moon, right?
Yeah.
And it's the one with the emotions.
Okay.
Right, and so then his emotions merge, and he becomes hatred.
Yeah, and there's like that dragon,
and he has his wood dragons that he's using, like on some Hashirama shit.
Yeah,
okay.
And the wood dragons are like
all CGI,
and it's like really bad.
It's gross,
right? And then they also like the pacing of the episode. It shows like Tanjiro staring at the dude, staring back at Tanjiro, staring at the dude, staring at Genya.
But to be honest,
Genya staring at the dude, then staring back at Tanjiro.
That's fine.
Then Tanjiro staring at the dude,
okay.
And then people are like, "Bro, what am I watching? Whole Cake?"
Yeah, but to be honest, that's how the manga is.
Like, no, because it's quicker. It's I mean, at least because you're reading it at your own pace, it's quicker.
But but you get what I mean? We're like,
yeah,
like for so long we've been like, Demon Slayer is carried by animation.
Yeah,
where it's like now that they might have maybe dropped the ball a little bit by lowering their animation standard to be more like the manga.
The animation's like
still nice. It's still nice.
But I'm saying like. If
like they save a lot of their budget for like those big moments, like for example, like when Tanjiro did his whole like flame thing.
Yeah,
all the heads.
Yeah.
They went off on that.
100%.
They always do.
Yeah. But the only thing that's kind of whack is though, like this demon, the hatred one, he probably has the coolest character design out of every single demon. And it's like this is like a character design that should have been saved for
later
for fucking Kibutsuji, bro. This guy's even cooler than him.
Like the final form.
But that's final form's way cooler.
It's here or there though, because it's like that's personal preference.
Look at him. Did you see him? Look at him, bro. Man's got that literally God of Destruction fit.
Yeah, that's
and then he's got the Anel fucking things on his back, bro. He looks like a fucking monster.
He do.
But you can kind of say the same thing with like the Hashiras. Like, you remember when they first released showed the Hashiras in the first season?
Yeah.
You're sitting there and you're like, oh, this guy's cool. Yo, this guy's gotta be like the head. This guy over here. And then you like go through and you're like, oh wait, no, this guy's the head. And what,
the leader?
Yeah.
The blind guy.
Guy?
Yeah.
No, but that was like, there's a reason why he's like that.
Yeah. No,
and we know that.
But I'm saying, but at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying like everyone has like as a personal.
Yeah, but he would for sure, because I think his is coolest, and then you could say.
What about the first one though? Upper Moon 1.
I forgot his name.
No, it's okay. You don't have to name him.
I don't know.
But like,
name drop him.
Yeah.
His design's not that cool.
But like in terms of like in the story.
For the story, it's cool.
For the story, you're kind of like this guy's got this. It makes.
There was no need to give him 6 eyes.
Probably not. No.
Probably not.
Yeah. Like he would have been so much cooler
just to show him demon.
Yeah, like could have just been regular schmegular dude. Regular schmegular dude. Just gave him
got his normal
eyes and he's just chilling.
Yeah.
But the stench coming off of that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Stanky.
We not with that.
probably 1,000 humans or something.
We just gave him 6 eyes for what? For what?
Yo, it's
like, and then
Upper
you have
Moon 1 versus Gojo, bro. We'll see what happens.
Wild.
Our next debate.
Wild.
Our next short clip
is
just be like, Gojo wins.
Any other general thoughts with anime or manga this week?
Yeah, really season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen trailer dropped,
right.
and it showed a lot.
Amazing.
Yeah. Bro, the amount of people on Twitter simping over Toji.
Crazy.
Holy shit.
But yo,
that's my guy.
Gojo's voice actor went crazy.
Yeah,
he did.
For the
there's
trailer?
a moment where like he has like they showed part of his crazy moment when he's about to do Red.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or no, not Red. When he was like when
I
he's
know you're talking about. The heaven,
heaven thing. Yeah.
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Sick.
His voice, it was just going crazy. Like it was perfect.
No, but same with.
Because you can imagine how he was when it happened.
Yeah.
So
it fits perfect.
It's almost like goosebumps. You know.
Same with
like,
Geto.
Yeah.
Yo, same with Geto.
Yeah.
His voice acting
when
he's like, yo,
like let's go home.
No, he's like, yo, Gojo's dead.
Oh.
And then he's like, I bet then. And he just fucking pops off.
Oh yeah, with the dragon.
Yeah.
But also like when he was like, let's go home.
Yeah.
Like everything just fits perfectly. Like you're just like, wow, this is like
this season looks like it's gonna be some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Even like the change in their art and stuff too.
The art style, like the character designs.
They're crazy for showing Toji.
Shibuya.
Right, like in that trailer.
No, because they
Toji
literally
stabs Gojo in the neck.
They
show that.
Dude, that's wild.
And the thing is, the way they show it too is
sick because it goes through the infinity.
You can see
you could see it struggling to go through the infinity,
and then
goes through
right
Gojo.
through.
Yeah, like it's like
it looks
it's the first time you see his infinity like break.
But you can see like cutting, like you know what I mean. And there's like different lights and shit coming off because it's crazy.
That's sick.
Yeah, I mean, you would have loved to see it.
I'll watch it. I read it, man. Like
Schlacker. Yeah.
Let's get into like the actual manga.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
I mean,
223.
There's nothing else to talk about.
So, what?
He's like, we ain't ready for this. He's like, take a breather.
Banger.
Goddamn. But man, this chapter changed my perspective on like what my thoughts were prior.
What do you mean?
Now we'll get into it.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
get into it.
Yeah, get into it. So
Okay.
Gojo, Ichiji, they're walking. They're
talking.
Yeah,
they're just talking.
Gojo's asking like about like what happened.
Overall events and shit. Yeah.
Is everything okay?
So he's aware of Yuki, right? Like that was they told him about Yuki yet or
probably
not?
We can assume.
We can assume that he's
the way they're showing us glimpses of them talking and him like trying to figure everything out.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna spend the whole time talking about every little thing.
Yeah, no. So Ichiji walking, talking. He's like, yo, people near Shibuya died. People away from Shibuya survived.
Yeah.
You're like, word, facts. Didn't need to say that.
But they did say no.
But I think it's because of like the curse energy, the way it like.
It's also a point to when Shibuya did happen and Gojo got sealed.
Yeah.
He tried his hardest to make sure like people didn't die and to save them. So when he's like, oh, what happened to these guys in B6? Because I'm assuming those are the guys he tried to save.
Yeah.
They're like, like they ended up surviving, but everyone besides them still ended up dying.
No, it was like the 8th level. Everyone survived on the 8th level because Gojo's cursed energy scared everything else off.
So it's like
spirit there.
For himself, it's kind of like he did
I don't
the right
know.
thing.
I think it was because he was worried about how the infinity was gonna affect him.
Yeah,
like how exactly. He asked how the void,
and it probably helped with his preparation.
Yeah.
And Gojo and Ichiji, they're talking. He's like why me? Why should I be the one to bring up the barrier? Since like everybody,
he's like,
definitely
find
suck. Somebody better. Yeah,
I suck.
Like, why Gojo's like, nah, it has to be you. Like only you can do this.
Senpai believes in me. Like literally, for real. Like, you know what? I can do this now.
Yeah.
And then we have a little flashback. Oh, I guess we got like Sukuna's perspective first, right? Or is that after?
No, it's after.
That's after.
No. We do get Sukuna's perspective of where he sees like the energy.
And Gojo's curse energy is going fucking
wild.
He's like,
he's here.
We didn't need a location or anything dropped because like we know where we are. Yeah.
And then we get the little flashback with Gojo and Gramps. Principal.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
And he's like, he was asking Gojo like, yo, why don't you hate me?
Yeah.
Like, why don't you guys curse me? Like, why is everybody okay with like what I did?
Yeah.
And then Gojo's like talking. He's like, no, like whatever.
That's sick too. That whole conversation was fire.
Yeah,
because he's like you're not the same as you were before.
Yeah. Well, it's because he said you killed. He's like, yo, you killed Yaga, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, if you were how you were before, you would have immediately reported his
the upper
curse.
Yeah.
Technique.
And Panda's listening to all this, bro.
Yeah, he was.
Wild.
Yeah, because Panda probably would have wanted revenge.
Speaking of which,
and now that he heard Gojo talk about how he's changed and stuff, it might switch up how Panda feels about it now.
Yeah. But another thing, when he's talking about like the heads, like the higher ups, they've been slaughtered
now. Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
Gojo doesn't know
like
that?
in that flashback, he didn't know that. I guess.
I think Gojo.
I think they
that.
do know that. Yeah, they're all dead.
For sure.
Okay, so he was just saying like at the time, he should have gone back and like done that because they weren't slaughtered at that point.
At that point, they were.
Yeah.
But is that Kenjaku that slaughtered them? Is that?
I think so.
Yeah. I saw some people that were like, maybe Gojo did it. There's like a little.
Wait, what?
There's like a little shot where like Yuta and
wasn't he sealed? Gojo sealed.
After he got out, he could just he could have killed them after.
Just pull up and kill them.
But that's assuming that Kenjaku.
But I thought they were already dead.
Well, it's been a month. It's been a month, bro.
Really.
It's been a month since he got unsealed.
I thought when
they,
when they showed Maki in the culling games.
Yeah.
Like right before, and they had that switch up to Kenjaku.
And
I thought that's when he had done it all.
I don't know if he stated
I thought that's when
that he killed them, or I'm not 100% sure. We can double check that.
Yeah.
But like I'm not 100% sure if he did state it.
Yeah.
But then there's another shot where they show like previous chapter where Yuta and Unamaki are walking, and the background is like very similar to like where the higher ups room is. So like there's another thought like maybe they did it.
Maybe they just did it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But for them to have this war or whatever against Kenjaku doing their thing, you think they're gonna focus, be like, let me get rid of the higher ups first? Like they're not evil. They're not gonna like let's go kill these guys.
Yeah.
Right. It makes more sense that Kenjaku did it.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
It was either my thought process is either Kenjaku did it or Gojo did it, just because Gojo.
Yeah.
He already had the thought once before.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't really know. We didn't know his mindset coming out, but then
we didn't.
It seems like he's the same though.
Yeah. He does say that he's like it's like a week, but it's like not a week.
Yeah.
To Ichiji, and she's like, word, that makes perfect sense.
That makes sense. Yeah. And then we come back out of the flashback and we come to Gramps and Utahime.
Yeah.
Utahime, and she's like dancing, and Gramps is like
playing his guitar.
And the narration, I think, on that, because I thought it was nice. I like it when they do narration like that. Like they're like, these guys are all advanced enough where they don't need to do any of this, but when they're performing these almost ritualistic
like
things,
hand signs,
it's because that way they can bring out the utmost power out of all this.
Yeah.
And I thought it was fire because you had the dude put up the barrier, so that way they couldn't tell that
concealed
that they were charging their power.
Yeah.
Then you had Utahime do her dance to increase the attack power.
So she can increase your output and your cursed energy reserves, right?
I thought it was just output. I think it was just output to 120%.
I thought it was 2.
I thought it was output.
Yeah, 120% is crazy.
Yeah.
I thought it was 200%.
No.
No,
120%.
I
think they stated 200%. That like it's
when she taps into it, it goes to 120.
Yeah.
Because like normally it would have been like 100%, but then she can bring up.
I think it's 2.
I think Gojo does a 200%.
Yeah.
But I think she was
because it's like
I
guess you could say it's like multiplying his power once he also goes up.
But
that shit was insane. That was not what any of us expected at all, dude.
No, but like
the way that shit pulled up. Because
first of all, just the pose that he was in.
Yeah.
Right, like he's doing his whole like because before he just says hollow purple.
Yeah, and he just
this time he's saying a full ass like
incantation.
But you're gonna tell me this guy didn't go just John Ken?
Yeah.
Yo, he literally looks like he's like charging that shit up on some Gon shit, bro. Yeah. That's literally the pose he went into.
I guess.
Yeah, and then so he fires it at 200%, no?
Dude, and then like
okay, again, so it's your curse energy reserves and output temporarily enhance as long as they remain in range.
In that range.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Okay. So then is there a point to enhancing the reserves while they're inside?
Just so they have more cursed energy.
Okay.
But here's the thing, right? Like the fact that so he shoots the hollow purple, right?
Yeah.
And it's fucking destroying everything.
He did it from
so
Shibuya to Shinjuku.
It was so far away.
It was 14 kilometers.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And he destroyed everything
in between.
And then you had the narration again be like Sukuna knew something was there, but he couldn't.
He misjudged it.
He misjudged it because he didn't know how strong it was because of the barrier.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like it was right in front of him that he actually knew the size of what this was.
So you know how Sukuna's
which is
standing
wild.
like this,
yeah,
with both his hands up like that.
Yeah.
That's the same way Yuji stands in like the first season against that the cursed womb inside the prison.
Yeah.
And he loses both his arms.
Yeah.
Or he loses one or the other one. I don't know.
He loses like his fingers on like one and it was his fingers. Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah. But it was like the same way that he's standing like that.
Yeah.
So you think that's a
callback?
Callback, or do you think that's like a kind of like an imprint thing that Yuji had on Sukuna, or that's a Sukuna thing that Yuji?
I think that's just a Sukuna thing where like
and
I don't
Yuji
think that's like anything really. Yeah, I think that's just Sukuna.
No, I think it was just
misjudging completely.
Yeah,
I feel like he thought whatever was coming at him, he was just gonna stop and like fuck this Gojo guy. Like it's gonna be easy. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So, but here, this is what I was saying earlier in the pod, was the fact that it hit him right, and it just like messes up his arm.
It did not rip off. Like he had like a bit left. Or?
No, it cuts off like this much of his arm.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah,
like this much.
Yeah, that's a good amount.
He basically got hit by attack with 200% of Gojo's cursed energy by surprise.
Yeah,
and it only did.
This is gonna be like the most damage that he does.
It only did that much damage.
Yeah,
and so the fact that it only did that much, means that
Gojo has more.
No.
Do you think that's it?
No,
I think he just tapped out.
No. It means that this is the peak of his. The peak of his.
That was his strongest attack.
Yeah.
And he took that strongest attack.
He took it on surprise with buffed up.
Yeah.
Like in just
so that means moving forward,
no defense.
He's like, no, none of his attacks are gonna do more damage
at that level. Yeah.
So it's just
it'll be an actual fight. Like, but the thing is, now you could say it like even crippled. It even crippled Sukuna a little bit.
Essentially, no, because he can just reverse.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was gonna do more damage, but had it done more damage, I was gonna think it's gonna.
He can do reverse curse technique, but it still takes up.
So had it done more damage, I thought it was gonna be more of a fair fight. Mm-hmm. But now that it did like
just that much,
this much damage, I'm thinking Sukuna's gonna beat Gojo.
Okay,
and like it's not.
We were along those lines, anyways. Though
I think there's still
I think
like
last week when we had talked about
but we were saying like just barely.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just barely now.
Mm-hmm. So now you think it's more like. They need to have a 5v1.
Yeah,
because Gojo is not enough.
They need to do a JJK classic jump.
That's fair.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's more to like
to Gojo. 100%.
Because like, what did he do for a month?
Because here's the other thing.
Right, but
because like hollow purple is a technique that's not known unless you're like ahead of the Gojo. So like, what if there's more techniques as such?
That?
And then also,
but why wouldn't he fire his strongest attack?
No, because look
at 200%, buffed up, like basically blindsiding Sukuna.
Mm-hmm. So
right, he would like that makes perfect sense.
But part of it is also the type of technique it is.
Yeah,
maybe he had to do it with hollow purple
because he can shoot it from long range.
Yeah. Because look at the distance.
Close range.
Could be.
Yeah. I guess
or maybe it just doesn't have that same potency for hitting that range.
Yeah, true.
Maybe. Right? Like there's so many factors in why he chose hollow purple.
Well, on your note, there's like the shot when Gojo's like coming down.
Yeah.
And like he's looking at Sukuna. The look on his face is like, holy fuck, this motherfucker did actually just tank my shit.
Here's the other thing. They say like they have such mastery over these skills.
Yeah.
You could say that hollow purple was such a massive attack where it took almost nothing out of Gojo to do it.
No, it probably didn't take. I'm not saying it took up a lot of his cursed energy.
But I'm saying in his choices, the choices as to why he chose hollow purple. Like there's so many things to consider why he chose that as his opening attack.
He picked that one because it wouldn't take much. Like, it was something that he could fire at the 200%, have the attack potency and the range, etc.
Everything.
Like, there's like multiple factors.
There's so many things for it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then like depending on
that end too.
Yeah.
But like, I mean. I was like, why would he? Because he instantly shoots it and then warps to Sukuna, right?
Could be starting.
Why? No. Why didn't he just stand there and just fire off like 50?
Multiple? You think
more of them?
You don't think Sukuna's reacting after the first one?
No, but the fact that he got like caught off guard by the first one would have been enough to like compile that shit.
If the first,
you know what I mean?
As soon as
yeah.
But he would have to do like, the ritualistic dance after each one, and it's like, what are the odds he hits the first one, does his dance, hits another one?
Gojo's with the hand signs, I think. Gojo was doing the hand signs and the incantation.
Even then, that's like in terms of JJK time, that's like for him to do. Yeah, that's a lot of time for him to do those incantation and then fire it off.
But we know that Gojo's faster than Sukuna.
He is,
from what we know.
Yeah.
Right,
I mean, he
is fast.
He warped.
He is fast with his infinity, but
14
that's not helping.
In like a blink of an eye.
That's not helping with his incantation though. He still needs to perform the incantation the right way for him to really bring out that like 200%. 200%. Yeah. So it makes like that was definitely a one-time thing. Now it's like, let's get in this.
Yeah, but I definitely think like because of that though, my impression of it was like
especially because Sukuna had all those things that we talked about last time.
It's a downhill battle now.
So,
and he even says,
if Gojo was able to cast his domain before Sukuna could react, would that not be a win for Gojo?
Say that one more time.
If Gojo hits his domain before Sukuna can react, can he?
But once he like now that he pulled up right next to him,
the thing is, like in
right, because like the way
unless Maharoga.
Okay, no. One is simple domains. If you're completely
but he's saying if he can do it
before he reacts, because that's an instant win, right?
Once he activates the domain, then he can just hit the simple domain.
But can he just hit?
Because we saw people of what was their name? Hanami. But Hanami did that, right?
You gotta think about it in the context of Gojo's domain.
Hanami does that, bro. Hanami, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the grass lead guy from the first season.
That's like not even in the same tier list as Sukuna.
Gojo used his domain.
Yeah.
He used his domain to beat them, but they were to stop his actual technique. They were doing
simple domains.
They were doing an amplification or something.
They did the veil thing.
No, they were doing an amplification.
Like they were doing something that was simple to like it was similar to a simple domain, was it not? So if Sukuna is a jujutsu sorcerer, master that he is proclaimed to be, then he would be aware of those techniques and be able to implement.
I think he would have just done the Maharoga.
But I'm not even
because we had just seen him do that before.
He could swap out, like he can Maharoga swap out. But I was saying it's domain versus domain, so he could just be like, let me activate my trap card.
But with Gojo's domain, it's tough because with infinity processing.
No, but remember what they had said was when because Gojo explains this against Jogo, that when two domains are activated,
the strongest one,
one wins.
So Sukuna probably has a stronger one.
We don't know that. Yeah, but I'm saying that could happen.
I would say
it's safe to assume because of like how long he's had time to find the domain.
And so he could instantly activate his domain. And the thing is, that's if Gojo even uses his domain. Because what if Gojo's like, because his domain would essentially make Sukuna brain dead, correct?
Yeah.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Okay. That would make Megumi's body brain dead and effectively
he can't do anything.
He can't use it.
But
like if he's still compassionate towards Megumi and he wants to save him, he wouldn't be able to.
He can do it to the extent with the Shibuya thing,
where it's just
now that he knows
like a second.
Now that he knows that's really the limit. Like people were okay, and and he can push it a little bit further because Megumi is a sorcerer.
Yeah.
So he can do it a little bit longer, but he really needs to pick and choose the right moment for when he wants to activate.
Yeah, but like everything is stacked against.
It's stacked against him. It is.
Yeah.
And that's why last week when we talked about it, we were thinking like Sukuna's gonna win. He has to win, but it's like barely. Because I'd rather.
I don't think.
I don't want to jump him. I don't want to jump him situation.
Jump him.
Jump him.
No, like jump. You can jump him after Gojo fights him. I let Gojo have his one-on-one. You know.
I still think Yuji is the winning. The trump
overall
card for Gojo.
Yeah. Okay. I believe so.
I think Yuji is full on the trump card for Gojo.
Yeah.
Because Yuji can, if that what we saw is like something he can do on command.
Yeah.
And just switch souls.
Yeah.
What's to say Yuji can't just switch himself into Megumi's body?
But then that's not helping Gojo because Yuji's stuck in there.
He
can help suppress Sukuna.
Yeah.
That's true.
But yeah.
So you think their fight's gonna get cut short?
The thing is, like,
I think the plan is like way further than just a 1v1.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gojo has planned and prepped the kids
a lot of things
for like multiple factors versus Sukuna.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's a jump him thing, but I think he's prepared either one-off attacks or something for people to somehow cripple Sukuna while they're fighting.
Yeah.
Just so he has like you're showing like the tacticalness of Gojo for one, and also because he knows that. What he stacked up against, right? Like you have Sukuna in Megumi's body with the 10
There's
shadows and everything. It's
not just like Gojo versus Sukuna.
It's not
like
just straight
anymore. It's like in Megumi's body with the 10 shadows.
And that gift that he got from Yoryozu.
Yeah.
And also like the open, whatever that is.
Exactly.
Like there's so many different things. Like Sukuna has too many things at his disposal.
I still think open is his technique.
Like his actual curse technique?
Yeah. And I think open is like, because so this is something way back, like when Yoryozu was explaining Sukuna's technique or something.
Yeah.
They explained it as like a box in a way.
Mm-hmm.
and like it was some like Japanese box or something.
Yeah.
And I think that's his technique. Like he opens it and it has multiple uses that he can just grab out of this box.
So I had read this theory. So Geiji had made a manga prior to JJK where the main character could summon weapons.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the incantation, like the Japanese word that Sukuna uses
for the flames,
like that open, is similar to
the one that he uses for the arrows or whatever.
Yeah, for his arrows. You've seen that too?
I've seen it,
Yeah. So that like maybe Sukuna's techniques are based off weapons that he's pulling out to like do, because like what's he using to cleave? What if it's actually swords that are coming out? And you're not seeing them?
It's just happening so quick,
so quickly that you're not seeing shit. Yeah.
That's
like true. You like, I don't know. You think he's using his nails to like cut everybody? Like,
okay.
You know.
No, that's true. That could be it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can see Gojo dying though.
I think somebody's gonna step in
by the end of JJK.
And I think it's, maybe by
the end of JJK.
I think this fight, I don't think it's gonna happen in this fight.
No, okay.
I think the plan is for definitely for Yuji to step in.
Yeah.
Because
I don't see. The thing is, I don't see Gojo like post this fight having him like out of commission for battle. So it'd be like while he's still alive, he's gonna be just going ham doing everything.
Yeah.
What he can. So you can't take him out besides having him dead if they're gonna continue the story with like Kenjaku and like what they're trying to do with everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And that too, like we don't know what's Kenjaku doing while this is all going on. You know?
Preparations. More.
I mean, Aries 73 last week with Yuji.
Yeah. Because we know like Hikari, Maki, and Yuta are all on standby to jump him.
Well, that's what Kenjaku assumes.
Yeah.
I mean, we can assume that too. Yeah. It would make perfect sense.
Yeah. He's been
right.
1,000 IQing.
I really hope, like, this is what I hope happens, right? Because so far, I'm assuming, like, us and the rest of the fandom are seeing that Gojo's on, like, a downhill. Right?
Yeah.
Like, when you say uphill battle, right?
Yeah.
That Hajime is what changes
the one shot.
Yeah.
The one shot.
That could make it
one shot. Bro.
It could be.
I want that.
Bro. I think he's layered in there for sure.
Dude, Geiji, don't blue ball us, bro. Give me that. I want to see this guy's technique.
It could be like Sukuna's well over Gojo and marking him out, and then when Hajime pulls up and does that, it evens it out. That's for sure.
It would be hilarious.
I feel like it's layered. I feel like you know how you were saying like there's multiple things.
Yeah.
I feel like Hajime is
because you have
that like final step before Yuji can like do his soul swap.
Yeah.
And then take over.
It'd just be hilarious if like Hajime does his one shot and he just like does nothing to Sukuna. Sukuna's like
that'd be funny. But I think
Sukuna's like, yo, you missed a spot. Like
I think to be honest, it would be on scale of what more than what Purple just did. Yeah. Because this is a curse technique meant specifically for him. And you would be like, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
In terms of like with his capability there. Because this would be like for just conversation's sake. But it would be like if Hajime was in a fight with somebody else and he had that technique, like how does that scale?
Yeah.
And I'd just open up a discussion just to have. But
don't you guys think that Yuji's like plan is gonna tie in with Gojo's? Because Yuji walks in and he says, "I have a plan."
No, I agree.
This dumbass.
He's a dumbass. But this has to do with Megumi.
Yeah.
Right?
No, for sure.
So,
like,
I agree.
And for sure, Gojo's gonna work it in.
With him developing this like soul swap thing. For sure, that just makes
so
much sense.
It has to work in.
No, it makes perfect
I think each one of them, because they had Maki, Yuta, and Hikari.
Yeah.
You could kind of have Yuta take Hikari's ability, and then and maybe do something with Maki too, and kind of have like a culmination of things.
Just all of them merge into one.
I'm saying like layer it with the, because like
they do the One Piece thing where like they all
the Megazord, the Megazord,
yo.
But like with how they opened this up, where they had the barrier technique, they had the dancing, and then him preparing.
Yeah,
kind of have something similar to that.
So we know that a domain is very taxing to use, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless of what level sorcerer you are, if you use a domain,
it still taxes you. Yeah.
It's like if Gojo uses it and it does nothing, after he comes out of the domain, it's over. No, like, his infinity's gone.
Okay, so if we were to say, like, how many times do we think Gojo can use a domain in a day?
Well, he needs time to recover.
He has to. Doesn't he have infinite energy though? Because he has a loop going.
He has an infinite amount of energy because of how efficient he is with using his cursed energy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue with a domain is once he uses domain, there is no curse technique when he comes out of it, which means that he's open to every attack. That's what happened in Shibuya. That's why he got sealed.
Okay.
He used his domain.
Oh shit.
His curse technique was gone. That means
so
that
he's not proficient. He's not proficient with his domain.
No, it's for everybody. Even Kenjaku lost his technique when he after used his domain against Yuki.
Oh.
He needed time to recover. Yuki, it was the 5 minutes.
What I was gonna say
was
I was like theoretically,
if
they could force, like if they could force, like, because we saw, so we saw Yuta use his domain, right? Yuta, the Sky Girl.
We didn't see the domain.
No, and the other dude. All 3 of them used the domain, and it just everything canceled out, right?
Yeah.
Was that because they were all equal, or because you can't have 3 domains?
You can't.
I think it was like 3.
It just had
there's too much going on.
No. So then,
because you're saying in the context of with Gojo and
with
Sukuna.
Gojo Sukuna, Yuta comes in as the 3rd domain.
I don't think he's on scale.
But you think it's like
I don't think he's
on what purpose? To like
to fuck up Sukuna, right? Because if we're how we're saying like once you've used your domain, if like you have like a period where you can't use shit, I was thinking like they probably have some sort of strategic way to make make Yuta use his domain, Sukuna counters with his domain, and Gojo counters with his domain.
Can Yuta?
You know what I mean? Some sort of like.
What are the odds Yuta can use Gojo's infinite?
What?
If he could, he'd go brain dead. I think.
Okay.
Brain dead, or he wouldn't have enough curse energy.
I don't think he has enough curse
energy.
Not
enough curse energy, but you think he'd be able to tap into it even for a little bit?
You're talking about infinite void as in his domain. You're talking, or are you talking about infinite like the space?
I thought curse technique.
Okay,
because he can copy technique, right?
I don't think he could use it for long because he doesn't have enough curse energy.
Yeah.
I thought he had a lot of cursed energy though.
He does for a regular. Gojo has 6 eyes.
Yeah. I know, but I'm saying like.
Was 6 eyes versus 6 eyes. The first demon from Demon Slayer.
Coming to a debate near you.
Yeah. No, but like, because he says Yuta has such crazy cursed energy reserves.
Yeah.
Do you think
Yuta?
Do you think he would be able to tap into his domain, be okay with not having his technique, have Yuta jump in as a to buy time, and use whatever he can, and like go through his list of techniques, whatever he can do. And then have Gojo hop back in.
So I think Yuta has more curse energy than Gojo.
He does.
But
Gojo uses it way more efficiently.
He does.
Because of 6 eyes.
But like Yuta would have to have a pretty intensive curse energy up, like for him to go through and copy all these guys' things.
Yeah,
and he also has
Rika too. He has Rika as well.
Well, he had a month to do it.
He had a month to what?
To copy everybody.
Prep more. Yeah. But I'm saying even from what we've already seen, because before the story while the story's taking place, Yuta has been in Africa or whatever, doing his thing. We don't know how many techniques he has or what.
Yeah.
And because it was contingent on him being sealed when he came back to go find Yuji.
Yeah.
What are the odds that, because they had already had that planned, what if he also let him copy his technique then in case he needed it? Because we haven't seen Yuta in that situation yet.
What would that be? Do you think
I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
Seconds,
but
10 seconds,
I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be really cool to see somebody who doesn't have a 6 eyes to try using that and see how it's different from what Gojo's doing.
I would like to see how people stack up against Sukuna. Like we see Gojo stack up against Sukuna. I'd like to see Inumaki try to tell him to stop.
Yeah, and do nothing.
No.
And do nothing.
But this is what I was saying. How he already has a sort of restriction on himself that he can't say other words. He can only say he can only say food.
Yeah.
He can't actually speak, and once he speaks, it does X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
What if he's like, yo, I give him my arms and my legs just so I can stop.
It's not a restriction.
He adds a binding vow
to himself,
so
that he and specifically to Sukuna. And only to Sukuna.
So only Sukuna can hear the words he says.
Or if it's only applied to Sukuna, the same way
Hajime is doing his technique for him.
Because this is the end all be all of everything. They could all be doing that. You know what I mean?
They could, but that would be so narrow sighted for the curse.
The reason why I had said Inumaki is because he's already missing an arm and he's already kind of.
He's half dead. Just let him get out of here.
Exactly. He's
man lost one arm. Yeah, he's out of here.
He's disposable at this point. You know what I mean?
Expendable.
Yeah, man.
Expendable.
Know a lot about expendables.
Yeah.
Expendables 4 coming out soon. We will be doing a review of that. I'm down. Anyways, that'd be cool with Inumaki. I just don't think he'd have anything to do there. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even think it really affects Sukuna.
Where he's like for a second.
For a second as
well. 0.0.
His throat would just die.
Because that restriction that he has on himself already is just like self-imposed. Like it's not a real restriction. He just doesn't want to fuck up and actually hurt someone.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was.
I think it's just self-imposed on him.
It's not a real restriction to like boost his power or anything.
No.
Because he's want to actually like say something and then it like kill someone or something. Yeah.
But yeah, so Gojo pulls up, like, out of Smash Bros, and he's like, "You're the challenger."
That was crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
because they had started the chapter with him, kind of saying, "We don't know who the challenger is gonna be."
Yeah,
it's either me or him.
New challenger.
And then at the end of it, he's like, "Nah, bro, you're the challenger."
You're the challenger. And even, like, he's like, "I think you've got this mistake. Like, I think there's like a mistake here. I think you don't understand completely. You're the challenger."
Yeah,
that line went hard.
It did go hard, but like, I was still like, "Damn, Gojo, you
about to die."
Yeah,
but like,
I was you about to get robbed.
You almost think like he's so overconfident that it can't go the way he's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I just think it's so crazy that this guy comes down. He just hits Sukuna, the like
king of curses.
Yeah, like the strongest sorcerer ever, like you could say, and Gojo just hits him with the "You're the challenger, buddy."
Yeah.
Fire. That was a fire chapter.
Gojo's fits fire too, man.
Fire.
Like his that should be his character design forever.
That should be.
Or should have been.
I like this JJK chapter more than the One Piece chapter this week.
Well, there's more going on.
But I mean, they're both fire. They've both been fired back to back. Where each week we've been having to be like,
100%.
Which one was it?
Week, and then we got JJK next week still, right?
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's it.
All
right, so that's the end of our pod.
Go down there, comment, let us know what you guys thought about the chapters, Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece. Maybe if you guys are watching Demon Slayer or Hell's Paradise, what you guys think about those animes.
Yep.
We will be in Japan coming up real soon next week.
So there might not be a video.
Maybe you guys get a vlog.
There might be some. There'll be some either some delays.
I'm definitely recording something like that.
Yeah.
We got some delays in our videos. If we do end up uploading, we'll see if we actually get time.
Yeah.
And then if not, you will see a vlog when we come back or something.
Yeah, for sure. Because I'll be recording.
Yeah.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. Go in our description. We have our TikTok and our Twitter, Instagram coming never. And thank you guys for watching.
See you guys. Peace.